Good evening. On behalf of our Parish Life Director, Cambria, with our priests, Dennis, Tree, Tony, Ron, Clem, Chris, Deacon Jay, and Candy, we welcome you here at our place of worship, our home and your home. It's Holy Thursday. I love celebrating this liturgy because it makes our worship and our prayer more human, not because we wash our people's feet, but it becomes tangible, which our faith becomes stronger, but also it touches our emotions. This morning, I had a celebration with our school kids. We wash each other's feet, and I washed one 8th grader, and when he was washing my feet, he asked me, "Father, what shoe size do you wear?" I said, "I won't tell you, but later, but I expect you to bring me some shoes, new ones after Easter break." And his eyes is like, "Oh boy, I'm in trouble." And yesterday, I was here for the rehearsal. It's just like a wedding rehearsal. I want to meet people. I want to see people how to do things. And most of my friends who are being washed their feet tonight, after the rehearsal said, "Don't mess it up." And I said, I only do it once a year, or sometimes not. So I know you are a very forgiving person and very forgiving community. But what am I trying to say? I have these stories been telling you already, 2 stories that happened yesterday and today. I thought about these stories because in the words that we heard in the scriptures and our liturgy, do this in memory of me. Do this in remembrance of me. And I'm praying about it. It says, for me at least, Jesus was expressing his farewell message to his beloved disciples and closest friends, with whom, for 3 years or more, he built relationship and friendships by teaching God's power and God's identity through different miracles, witnessed together from different occasions, different people, and Jesus' words. And this past few weeks of Lent, we heard the story of the Transfiguration story, the woman in the well, the healing of the man born blind. Tonight, we heard the Last Supper at the upper room, together with the washing of the feet, the last communal activity Jesus and his disciples shared together before his passion. I think this is why the Last Supper was so special to Christ himself, because all of his friends are gathered to eat, to dine, and became also vulnerable with all human emotions possible in one room. There's joy, there's fear, there's confusion, there's separation, there's sadness, there's even a betrayal of a friend. And Jesus asked them to remember him, not just the teacher, the rabbi, the prophet, and the Messiah, but also a friend. A friend who are capable of loving, also a friend who forgives. Mind you, Jesus also washed Judas Iscariot's feet. That's a sign of forgiveness already, that Judas Iscariot, though he will betray Jesus, he put Judas back to the community. Forgiveness is coming home. Forgiveness is coming back to the community. Jesus was asking his disciples to use their memories of him to remember what they witnessed and learned about leadership or servant leadership. The word memory comes from the word recollection, also the power or process of reproducing or recalling what has been learned and retained. Jesus was clear about this message, to recall everything the disciples witnessed and learned about God, about themselves, and about each other. More so, the Last Supper taught the disciples that their lives were not their own anymore. The Last Supper taught his disciples, and also us, to be like Christ. We all become witnesses of faith, hope, and love during times of doubts, denials, and shortcomings as well. From the first call, from the boat to the table at the Last Supper, Jesus was challenging and teaching his disciples that they were not meant to serve only, but also to love one another, because as I have loved you, remember this. This is also our call. This is our mandate. This is our mandatum. The Eucharist and the washing of the feet go hand in hand. Just like the disciples, when we feel tired, when we feel frustrated in times of denial, doubts, and even betrayal, receiving the body and blood of Christ may give us hope that we remember what Jesus has done for us. He loves us first. If we feel we cannot give and serve others more, we recall how Jesus called us to love and give the Eucharist as our food for our journey. The symbolism of the washing of the feet is service. But if we look deeper, these actions will lead to build human connections and good relationships. We belong to each other. Jesus' humble gesture of washing of the feet connects our hearts, our minds, and our souls to God, who love us at the end. And I would like to end this short reflection with a prayer was first presented by Cardinal Dearden in 1979 and quoted by Pope Francis in December 21st, 2015 to the Roman Curia. And it says, in reality, in serving others, we cannot do everything, and there is a sense of liberation in realizing that. This enables us to do something and to do it well. It may be incomplete, but it is the beginning, a step along the way, an opportunity for the Lord's grace to enter and to do the rest. We may never see the results, but the difference between the master builder and the worker. We are workers, not master builders, ministers, not messiahs. We are prophets of the future, not our own. May God bless us all. Happy Triduum.